Hello, how are you guys doing today? My name is Anima and today we have a team analysis video for you all. This time it's the Golden State Dragons, me, versus the LA Galuxray, coached by Gabriel. So, very scary. I'm gonna give you some opening thoughts of mine before we get into the meat of the sets and stuff. You'll see Gabriel's team somewhere on the screen here, and it's very frightening and awful indeed. So, opening thoughts. He's got a lot of bulk and pressure behind him. Absolutely scary. After looking at some of his matches, I noticed that he likes to use terms like, we can eat this up and we can eat that for days. Which means he's, you know, he's reliant on the fact that they can take things, and it's very true. They can seriously take things. It's very, very true. His team has good defensive synergy together. For example, Gliscor can cover Heatran, who covers Goodra, who covers Escavalier, etc. So it's very hard to break down all of these things. He's got really great defensive synergy across the team, and they can just take hits for days and days and days and days. So yeah. Looking at some of his stuff, I think he tends to chip away at things and go for big neutral damage before switching into something that can then take the hit easily, and then switching out again to continue the momentum. Like for example, he'll just like this. He's got like scary shit like Azumarill, who can get like a good heavy play rough off on something, and he's got like the Ambipom, which will always go for fake out, and it's good at, not always, not like he's predictable. He's not predictable. He plays very, he's not afraid to make a double switch, and he makes predictions and stuff like that. But he has a team that is very helpful for chipping away at things and then coming in and smacking stuff later on. So looking at this, I came to the conclusion that he's actually more of a defensive player, and the longer the game is, the less likely I'm going to be to win. So I can't just sit there and try and wear everything down bit by bit with like Alomomola or like Tangela or whatever. I can't do that. I've got to break everything in half as soon as I see it. I've got to just keep on smacking things, and we need the whole thing to come to a close very, very quickly. So, right, the goal will have to be to keep constant pressure on him to end the game as soon as possible, and to preserve Mega Medicham as it can beat everything, bar like Uxie and stuff like that. We can have the coverage to basically kill everything. So if Medicham goes down, in saying that, it won't actually be that bad if it goes down mid-game, so long as it's not like early game. Everything has got to be crippled. Medicham has to have done some work before it goes down, basically. Once everything is sort of decently mangled, we should be okay. But Medicham is like the real go-to break everything in half Pokemon. So yeah. In addition, I've got a little notes and script and everything. Isn't that cool? In addition, I have to predict really, really well in this game, because he basically has switch-ins for every single mon under the sun, apart from Medicham. And he kind of does have a huge switch-in to Medicham, that being the Uxie. So yes, that is going to be the big switch-in, but that's kind of not so bad, because that's always going to be his answer, in theory, so it will be slowly getting worn away, maybe, but in saying that, it's going to be able to take hits really well if it comes, and I'm very, very afraid of that. I'm afraid of lots of things. I don't really know what he'll bring. I'm kind of guessing like Heatran and Goodra and blah blah, just because they're so scary, and the Goodra is just so mean and horrifying and can take lots of hits. Altaria is definitely coming, because it's goddamn Altaria. Anyway, so onto the team. Huzzah! Look, we're using Showdown now. Isn't that absolutely just mind-blowing? So here is our Heliolisk set. You can look at our EVs and stuff and whatnot. Here we have the Hidden Power Fire for Escavalier specifically. Heliolisk is really good, and I'll go into each little aspect of the set as we go. So if you're wondering about something, don't worry, it's probably going to come up in a second. So we've got Surf for Rotom Heat, Heatran, and Gliscor, which is nice. We're not running Hidden Power Ice, of course, because we need Fire for the Escavalier, which is going to be Assault Vest, because that's what it's been every time it's come. It might be something else. And well, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say every time. I haven't seen every single battle, so there might be an instance where it's not Assault Vest and it's Trick Room and everything is terrible. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be Assault Vest, because it would be good for him if it was Assault Vest. We've got Volt Switch for Initiative, which is good, self-explanatory, and Stab and Ting, and it does good. He doesn't have any ground types apart from the Gliscor on his team, which doesn't want to come in on a Surf. So yeah, we can kind of mess around with that. We've got Hyper Voice for neutral damage, which is really, really good. Yeah, basically. I mean, he does have steel types which can come in on that, but it's like, ugh, whatever. We just, if those things are crippled, we can just go for Hyper Voices in the end, which will be quite nice. Yeah, we're actually Modest Scarf here, as you can see, because this outspeeds every scarfed thing he could have, apart from like Scarfed Gliscor or Ambipom, which they aren't going to be scarfed. He has run a Scarfed Gliscor before, but it won't really come in handy for him against my draft, so I don't see that being a thing. And Ambipom being scarfed isn't really very good for it, because Life Orb Fake Out is so damaging and useful. Yeah. I am guessing that the Rotom Heat is going to be scarfed, because I've seen that quite a few times, and can't be tricked by it going for Scarf Will-O-Wisp or something, because it has gone for Scarfed Willow before, and yeah, so I know that that thing might be scarfed. He really likes to run that. And we've got Surf, which will just smash that thing. We'll be able to outspeed it and kill it, especially after rocks, so yeah. It's pretty good. We've got our dear friend Heliolisk, which is very nice, and Choice Scarf late game, very, very nice. Next we have the absolute star of the show, the 8th Wonder, Mega Medicham. This thing is the one. It's the one, basically. Okay, so let's explain. We've got Fire Punch, which will OHKO a Scavalier, which is a huge threat. This hits Chestnut for neutral damage, also neutral, what the hell, for super effective damage also, which is nice if that thing does come. I don't really expect it to, because I have lots of psychic types which can destroy it, but you know, you never know. He might bring it for Bisharp, but I don't know. We have Ice Punch, which actually OHKOs Gliscor completely, so that's that dead. Yeah, I enjoy that very, very much, and after rocks it'll definitely OHKO Goodra, and if Goodra wants to come in on Medicham for some inane reason, it will get 2-hit KO definitely by just anything, so that's fine. We've got Poison Jab instead of Thunder Punch. I was gonna run Thunder Punch, but then I thought, what the hell, what's the point, because Poison Jab is way better. It hits Azumarill, and it hits Chestnut, and it hits Altaria for super effective damage, which is really, really rad. We've got Drain Punch for recovery. I didn't need to risk having High Jump Kick, because I thought he's the kind of person who would anticipate me having High Jump Kick and therefore might run Protect on stuff. And I don't actually need to risk it, because I can 2-hit KO pretty much everything without High Jump Kick anyway, so it's okay, especially with all these punches, so that's fine. And it's important that Medicham can recover, because we're not running any Wish or anything like that. So we're running Jolly basically to outspeed Gliscor in case anything cute wants to happen there, and yeah, we don't really lose anything from being Jolly, I think. We might be able to be Adamant or blah-de-blah-de-blah or whatever, but I'm comfortable with being Jolly, because when we Mega, we'll be base 100, and yeah, it's just a good idea. We don't have Zen Headbutt or anything, because to be honest, he just has so many things that can come in on a Zen Headbutt quite happily. I mean, of course, the follow-up will kill them if they stay in, but like, I don't know, I'd rather have all of these moves and have it so that everything can have like a follow-up and die to that thing than have Zen Headbutt and it not be very useful. So yeah, I'm very, very definite on not having Zen Headbutt. It's just not useful. Chestnut will get 2-hit KO'd, and if Chestnut is weakened, we can KO it anyway, so it's completely fine. Poison Jab is actually a little stronger than the punches, so it'd be nice to go for that. Anyway, this thing is super important, and we need this thing alive. Like, yeah, we need this thing to break everything. So, next we have Bisharp. This thing is pretty cool. We have a pretty strange spread, actually. We've got Knockoff for Stab to get rid of items. His team is really bulky in general and super customizable, so Knockoff will be important to actually get rid of items and shit and destroy Uxie if that thing decides to make an appearance. So, yeah. I mean, like, he has lots of Assault Vest love, so getting rid of Assault Vest here and there will be really, really helpful. Getting rid of, like, just berries in general and shit like that, that would be very, very nice, very beneficial for us if we can do that. And it's, like, fucking Bisharp, so, yeah. Sucker Punch for priority, I don't really need to explain that. Iron Head we've got for Altaria and sort of Azumarill, even though it's, like, a neutral hit. It's just good anyway, we got the damage. I mean, we could, like, looking at this, it doesn't look like it's, like, hyper good for his team, just, like, on paper, but I think it's okay. And it's the best that I have for his team, in my opinion. Like, Bisharp I feel like Bisharp could get really bollocked by, like, Overheat and Magma Storm and stuff like that, but if, you know, Lava Plume, I don't know. But But I think Bisharp will be good. We need Bisharp. We need Bisharp to get rid of items and just take out some shit. Iron Head for Altaria. We really need to destroy that thing immediately. We've got Stone Edge as well, because we want to hit Rotom, who might want to come in on a potential Iron Head or hit a non-Megad Altaria on the switch-in. It does neutral damage on Heatran as well, and my whole thing with this team is going to be just to damage everything, just bit by bit by bit, just keep the momentum going. Gonna have to really predict with this. It's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be terrifying. So, yeah, this is a bit freaky. We've got enough special defense, and we have an Occa Berry to live and overheat and kill the Rotom Heat with Stone Edge. This seems like a bit of a weird amount of extra preparation for like a Rotom. But I don't lose anything out by doing this. I have max attack. I'm adamant. I can take the hit and kill it. And that thing is actually a bit of a problem because of my dear friend Medicham and because of my friend Greninja. I'm guessing it's going to be Scarfed, and if it Scarf burns Greninja, Medicham, if it Volt Switches on Greninja, it's just like, man, we just need that thing to die. Once it's dead, it'll be a lot easier for my guys to do their thing. We also have Latios to help, but like we'll get to that in a second. So I don't lose anything by running this set, so that's why I've got it. And I could run Lum, but I don't know. I feel like Occa is important. I don't know why. I feel like it's more important. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I just feel like he might just go for overheat when he sees this thing. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we have enough speed to outspeed a uninvested Goodra, which is really cool, and we can hit that thing and smash it to pieces as well, so yeah, we can do some good damage. Goodra is a problem for my special attackers, but not so much for like my dear friend Medicham over here. Yeah, and I don't really, I mean, this thing is checked hardcore by Chestnut. I don't really expect that thing to come because of the really huge psychic presence that I have. But if it does come, we do have a lot of stuff that can deal with it, so that's okay. Next Pokemon is the Latios, and yeah, we've got some strangeness happening. Some strangeness happening over here. I realized looking at the draft I didn't really need speed on Latios that much, so I decided to put it into bulk instead to better take hits from Rotom Heat and Heatran. Goodra is going to be so scary with regard to Latios because it can live a Draco with an Assault Vest and then just smash it with a Draco of its own, so that's depressing. We have EQ for Heatran because it does a good amount of damage. It does over 50%, which would be nice if it wants to come in on a 2-hit KO on a Draco Meteor, and you know, thinks it's cute, it's going to stay there. It's going to take some heavy damage, which will be really fun. So I'm excited about that. I didn't want to be useless against the Heatran is the main thing. We're running EQ instead of Surf. Surf is an option, but after Draco we will be at -2, so I thought EQ would be better for that. We've got Thunderbolt as well for a Azumarill. If it wants to come in on the switch and thinking it might be safe. I mean, to be fair, it could be fearing the Psyshock, so it probably wouldn't want to come in, but you know, I'm not gonna run Psyshock because he's got too much shit that can take it. You know what I'm saying? But just having the idea, just having Psyshock, like Latios, potentially having it, will probably be enough to spook out the things that are weak to Psychic. He doesn't have anything weak to Psychic. It's like really annoying. Apart from Chestnut. Chestnut's not gonna stay in on Latios. I guarantee it's not gonna stay in on Latios. And I wanted this specifically because I wanted Tailwind. That's why we don't have Psychic Stab. And I wanted Tailwind because that would help Medicham just outspeed and murder everything. Once, like, if Uxie's around, once Uxie's dead, Medicham basically has a really great time against the team. And with Tailwind, it'll just destroy everything. With Tailwind and Rocks, bang, everything will be great with Medicham. So that's why I don't have Psychic Stab, because I wanted these things instead. Yeah, although we could probably do without Thunderbolt, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we have bulk, so we can take hits from Rotom and stuff like that. So the next Pokemon on our list is Greninja. It doesn't matter if it's modest because I don't want to lose speed and I don't want to lose defenses, so that's why we're running, you know, minus attack nature. It doesn't matter because it still does a good amount of damage. So we've got Greninja, the slimmest of gyms, and yeah, let's get into this. We've got Hydro Pump because that's like our strongest hitting move, basically. We've got Ice Beam for Gliscor. And it does hit Goodra. If it's AV, it really won't do anything, but we're just going to have to live with that life. We have Protect for Ambipump's Fake Out / to scout for Scarves and stuff. I don't know if it changes into normal type, but if it does, that'll be pretty interesting, I suppose. We've got Hidden Power Fire for the Escavalier because that thing is a problem. And it's just, oh my god, we really need to kill that thing. It's really upsetting. Yeah, so we're Protean, Life Orb, of course, Life Orb for just obvious reasons. And, oh yeah, my god, I didn't even talk about this, by the way. Latios has a Roselli Berry. Yeah, this is why we have T-Bolt. So let's say the Azumarill wants to get cute and it wants to come in on like a predicted Draco or something. We can T-Bolt it for some decent damage, and the Roselli Berry will come in and blah blah blah. Actually, we should probably have Psyshock. Why the fuck am I so sold on T-Bolt? Not entirely sure. I'm not actually sure about that. Why am I sold on T-Bolt? I don't know why. Oh, because, I mean, he just has so many things that come in on psychic stuff that it's just not even funny. But maybe I should change that. Anyway, it's not really that important. Let's gloss over that. But yeah, we have Roselli Berry, so we can take a hit from the damn Azumarill and do some good damage with the T-Bolt and stuff. So once that thing is crippled, it'll be really, really nice, because there's no way it's going to be mooching around when, like, lingering about when Heliolisk can come in. But it might try and get cute and play rough hits, fucking everything for gigantic damage. So I have to sack shit to the Azumarill, basically. So if we can just hurt that thing and break it, that is amazing. Plus, a Choice Banded Aqua Jet does 70% potentially to Mega Medicham, so that's why we've got lots of precaution about this Azumarill. Oh yes, okay, back to Greninja. Yeah, we're good, really. We've only got enough speed to outspeed the Ambipom because that's all that matters. The rest is just in HP and max special attack, of course. So the last mon on our team is Hippowdon, and this is like our pivot mon, basically. So we've got EQ for stab and for just like damage, of course. Stealth Rock, because this will help Medicham get some really, really valuable KOs, so they are a necessity. He might not bring Defog because that's the only way he has removal of hazards on his team because of Bisharp, so that'll be nice. I don't really mind hazards too much across my team, and I need momentum more than anything in this battle, so that's why we're not running a Defogger. Slash spinner or whatever. We're just gonna have the rocks. We need these rocks, and it'll be really, really helpful to have them and just keep them if we can. So Whirlwind for phasing. We're scared of this Altaria setting up potentially, so that's that, and Slack Off for recovery. So we've got the EVs to take a +2, what the fuck? Excuse me, hang on, this messed up. There we go. We've got an EV spread to take, this feels like it's wrong. This feels like it's wrong. It's not completely right. I don't know why the things changed. I didn't mess around with it. But the important thing is, I'm just going to tell you what it is, actually, because I've already genned all these guys. So, yeah, the important thing is, we've got the EVs to take a +2 return from Mega Altaria. We can take a Hyper Voice as well from a modest one. We've got enough speed to outspeed an Azumarill that has, like, 4 EVs in speed, so we actually can creep it if it wants to creep for whatever reason. And this will allow us to get some good damage on it to the point that it is easily revenged. To be honest, I don't have switch-ins for stuff on this team, apart from Latios. Latios can switch in to like Rotom Heat and Heatran, but generally speaking, we don't have very bulky mons, so that's why everyone's whole objective is just to be useful while they're there and just keep attacking. That's going to be the whole point. We've got like Sand Force on it, because we don't benefit from the sand stream at all. We could do something with Heliolisk there, but no, it'll just hurt everyone, and I don't want that. And yeah, lefties. Lefties is good! Yes! So, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with this, I think. The main plan is just going to be to just really try and kill him as fast as possible, because if the battle gets longer, he will win, because his team is just like so... He just has switch-ins for everything, and I'll get whittled away bit by bit, whereas he can still keep going. So we're just gonna have to really keep those rocks up and let Medicham smash everything, and hopefully that'll be good. So yeah, that's the battle plan. Stay tuned, because there's gonna be the battle when it happens. It'll it's video conference and then the battle. Okay, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of your bad selves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!